and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Dungeons & Dragons NECA unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got Zarak, something like that, from Dungeons & Dragons, and of course, NECA toys. But for all your NECA needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. And of course, as well, I'm going to say, disclaimer at the front, I know nothing about Dungeons & Dragons. Remember that. I never watched the movie, never played the game, never read comics, never watched the cartoon. None of that kind of stuff. Never done any of it. But I do know a cool figure when I see a cool figure. And so far, this line has had a lot of cool figures that are really fun to place in your setups, place with some different characters, He-Man, Mythic Legions, what have you. Just a very fun line, there's no doubt about it, even if you're not familiar with the property. And there's a lot of properties like that people, maybe I don't know Ninja Turtles, but I really like the looks of Chrome Dome, so I'm going to pick him up, put him with something else. It's your collection, do what you want, I guess, at the end of the day. But one thing we're going to do at the end of the day is we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. So let's take a look at old Zarak and roll in the packaging here. I believe bad guy, yep, evil action figure. It says right there he is evil. He's like a little goblin type creature here, and I'm loving the little guys. Give me all the little guys, including that big dwarf that's coming here. We saw him at San Diego Comic-Con. Cannot wait to get my hands on that one. That was a childhood favorite toy of mine. Had no idea it was Dungeons & Dragons, so I can't wait to get the NECA version here sooner rather than later. Dungeons & Dragons, Zarak right there. Zarak and Roll Ultimate Edition on the side. Dungeons & Dragon on this side. And then on the back, we get a little bit of a blurbage here for Zarak. Let's see what this little guy's up to. I bet it's no good. He's evil after all. Zarak is an assassin without honor. Well, there you go. Or a conscience. Oh, my goodness. The only thing he loves is money. He's like a young Ted DiBiase, really, at the end of the day. The only thing he loves is money. He would never hesitate to stab allies in the back if they came between him and the riches he covets. When faced with multiple foes, Zarak prefers to hurl daggers from a distance. I wonder if he's got a good arm on him. Who knows? When targeting a lone individual, especially someone he has been hired to kill, he prefers the up-close and personal garrote. So that he can hear the dying breath of his hapless prey. Wow, man, it took an evil turn right here. It includes sword, dagger, knife, potion bottle, watch out for the potion, grappling hook with rope, removable torso armor, and interchangeable heads and hands. This little guy's packing a punch here, there's no doubt about it, no doubt about it. Of course, you can open it up like usual with NECA, get a little action going on inside as well. Like I said, a lot going on right here, but I'm going to take this offline, going to get him out of the packaging, and we'll be back, Zarakin and rolling. All right, we got the little guy out of the package here, and I'd never say it to his face. He'd stick those two daggers in me real quick and drop some potion, and I'd be off to the races, to the Netherlands, I guess is where I'd go. So who knows, but Zarak is out of the package. Let's break it down. Let's take a look at these accessories first. He comes with two open, splayed out hands. He's ready to do some magic things or maybe guard somebody. Maybe he's going to guard Kevin McHale back in the 80s. Who knows? Who knows? But we do got those hands. We got two fists of fury. He's a little guy, but he'll pack a punch. He'll hit you right in the crotch or maybe in the knee. Who knows? Or maybe you're right in your shin. It could happen. It could happen. And then we got a couple extra hands here. We got a gripping hand, just a straight up gripping hand by itself. And then we get these two gripping dagger hands, I guess. Got a little weird grip on it, but I guess it's for those daggers. So we can go throw those at people, do that kind of stuff. So we do have that going on. So is what it is right there. He does come with a little, he's like a young Alpine from G.I. Joe. He's got a little rope, he's got the grappling hook, he swings that thing around, And he shoots it right up there about 8 feet and climbs it like we just, normally walk up there because he's a little guy. He's a little guy, but he's got a little grappling hook right here if he needs to get somewhere real quick or rappel down somewhere or something like that. He's ready to go. Then we got those daggers. He talked about those daggers. These are his weapons of choice, and very small little knives with a lot of angles and cuts on it. Would be a bad day at the office to get these into you, that's for sure. So we got 2 daggers right here for Zarak. Then we got that potion. Oh my gosh, it's a potion. Got some red bubbliness down there at the bottom. Definitely interesting. I'm here for a potion. Who knows what kind of potion this is, but definitely cool, and one of those accessories you can use in a lot of different toy lines if you wanted to. You could have this with Reed Richards' Fantastic Four, Peter Parker. You can put it with anybody you want to. The Turtles, Donatello could be cooking something up. Choose your own potion adventure at the end of the day. And then you got a big old... I'd say this is a dagger, but in his hand, this is more like a sword. Big golden sword, sharp edges and things. Got the leather wrapping, gold at the very bottom. Very, very cool little dagger here. Do a little of that, a little of this, a little in and out with the old dagger. Who knows? But now we get old Zarak down. Let's take a look at these head sculpts. As we get 2 heads with this guy here. I'm here for that. So first thing you notice is this big old hood, like a goblin hood. He's like the Green Goblin or the Hobgoblin or something like that. Or pick your own favorite goblin. He almost just looks like something out of like an 80s horror movie or something. Out of like Troll 2 or Critters or something. I mean, he's definitely very stereotypical goblin little person is really what this reminds me of. I can just see him like kind of running through, doing one of these kind of runs where he's just kind of running like that through the forest. Ah! And he's got this crazy voice. I can just see it. It writes itself really at the end of the day. But he's got that kind of interesting run as he's coming down the bike path or the trail or whatever, and there's kids chasing after him because he pulled a trick on him or something and said, hey, we're going to get you. We're going to get your Lucky Charms, your gold, whatever you want to get from a leprechaun or a little person like this. But he's running away and being chased, and then, the kids catch up to him, and it's one of those things that just kind of, it writes itself. Once again, they're like, oh, is this guy a friend, a foe? And then he, tries to eat the kids, or he takes them back to his cave or his castle or whatever. You know what I mean. But definitely an interesting one. That big bluish black hood just really does kind of feel a little evil, that color combination, especially against his green skin tone. He's got the crazy eyes, a little bit of red in the white of the eyes. The eyes are looking up there. He just looks all around evil. He's got some jagged teeth, some sharp teeth there. Green skin. He's got all kinds of like things on his face. Man, he's just an ugly dude. A face only a mother could love at the end of the day, but definitely looks like he's scheming. He be scheming, I think, is what he's been up to here. He's scheming onto something. Definitely interesting. But the head pops off, and you can take this whole... What do you call this thing? What is this around his head here? It's like a cone. It's like a cone you put on a dog or a cat or something almost. I don't know, but it's red and black attack on it. Definitely interesting there. Then you get a normal head here. Very similar. You got the eyes kind of looking up once again. I would have liked to seen a different eye position, but maybe he only looks up. Maybe he's just eternally stuck looking up. He's a little guy. His eyes got stuck looking up at everybody. Who knows? I don't know. But definitely interesting there. Definitely interesting as well. I'd like to see the mouth open on this, but I don't know the character. Maybe he never opens his mouth. I'm not exactly sure. But definitely similar. A lot more similar than I would like it to be between the 2 heads. But once again, I got to take that step back. I'm not sure what this guy's up to. I don't know anything about him. I just know he's a cool little figure. So you do have that. You do got those green ears there, the kind of elf-like ears, goblin-like ears, I guess, in this case. Definitely an interesting head sculpt. And now we dive into this figure here, the articulation. Arms do go around. You're a little bit blocked by this collar, we'll call it. You can remove it, but arms do go around. Double jointed elbows on this one, hands removable, back forth, side to side. He's got a little forearm kind of glove guards going on there. He's got quite the suit going on as well. He does not really have anything in ab crunch or side to side really going on there. He can do a little bit of the little splits, the littlest splits. He can do those if he needs to. We do got a bend at the knee, a little side to side at the knee as well. No boot cut, ankles back forth, side to side. Not a ton of articulation with this guy, but he is a little guy, so he's not super articulated. He does got a big old waist belt going on, all kinds of stuff going on. He's got a satchel here, he's got pockets. He's little Zarak pockets in a lot of ways. Got the red trim on it. You got a little handle over here. He can hold some of his weapons in the back. What's he going to hold here? Maybe that climbing grappling hook might go back here, I bet. Got a spot in the front for his 2 daggers, really ready at the hand right there. He's ready to go. He's ready to throw those things if he needs to. Definitely an interesting little guy. I can't wait to have him square off against that big old dwarf that they're coming out with in the next series. That's going to be an all-timer of a feud. An all-timer of a feud right here at the table, I'm sure. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. And just like his friend Strong, oh no, I was going to say just like Strongheart, he doesn't fit, but no, he fits. He fits on the stand. He's ready to go. He's ready for Zarak's last stand is what he's ready for here. But definitely an interesting looking guy, definitely looking evil, definitely looking menacing, definitely looks like a guy you could write a story about very easily. I could write about 5 different stories of this guy's adventures, and I might start my own YouTube channel just about his adventures, and it's going to be called Story Time with Kyle and Zarak, and it's going to be Zarak's crazy stories. I could easily do that. I could do that. I used to do it for Webster back in like high school and college. I wrote a 500-page treatment on Webster in college in one of my film classes. True story, true story. I'm trying to find that. I will find it one day, and I'll share it with all of you. You guys will love it. Heck of a treatment. Heck of a treatment. But there it is right there. And then, of course, his wave mate. We got old Strongheart right here. We got the tall guy and the little guy. This could be another spin-off right here. The knight and the dwarf. Who knows? Who knows? But interesting there. And then you got Grim Sword and Warduke from the last wave here. We're really building out that Dungeons & Dragons universe. Even if I don't know anything about it, I'm building out the universe here today. But man, some very cool looking figures. I love how they're all so different, but all similar kind of in their same ways. Maybe that's the beauty of the Dungeons and the Dragons. I'm not sure once again, but I love how these figures look. I love how they are. I'm here for it. Bring on the next wave. That's all I can say. But very interesting figure is this Zarak. But what are your thoughts on Zarak, whatever his name is? You guys know what I mean. What are your thoughts on this? Pick up, pass? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and even more content for you over on Patreon. And Patreon, as usual, your best way to support this very YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel over there at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for a little Dungeons & Dragons, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.